Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Simply Owl, and today we're embarking on a deep dive into one of the most mind-blowing ideas about human nature. Have you ever stopped and thought, why do we do the things we do? Animals keep it simple. Hunt, eat, mate, survive. But humans? We're out here building skyscrapers just to live closer together. Dancing to music with no survival value. And binge-watching entire TV seasons that don't help us find food or avoid danger. We spread ideas like wildfire, chase fame through memes, and even get bored with basic life, inventing unnecessary gadgets and games. From an outsider's perspective, like if an alien or animal was watching, we look like zombies from a horror movie, mindlessly following trends, clustering in massive groups, and letting invisible forces drive us. But what if this isn't just random evolution? What if our self-awareness, that thing that makes us question who am I, was sparked by a cosmic glitch? Tiny parasites hacking our ancestors' brains. What if those hacks turned us into the superior species on Earth, but also puppets in a bigger game? This isn't some wild conspiracy. It's grounded in real science from evolutionary biology, neuroscience, and more. In this series, we'll explore the parasite theory, how ideas act like viruses, and even if we're all in a simulated experiment. Part 1 of the video focuses on the biological side, the parasites that might be pulling our strings. Stick around for the whoa reveals that could change how you see everyday behaviors. Okay, let's start with the basics. Humans are outliers on Earth.
Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not.
Think about it. Most organisms are all about survival mode. A deer runs from danger, eats grass, has babies, and that's pretty much it. No deer is out there pondering philosophy or inventing TikTok dances. But we humans, once our basic needs are met, we get restless. Boredom hits, and boom, we create art, sports, social media, or even pointless arguments just for the thrill. Why do we love dancing? It's rhythmic movement that burns calories with zero payoff, yet it floods our brains with feel-good chemicals like we're wired for it. Binge-watching shows? We're glued to screens learning fictional stories that might inspire us to try new things, but often it's just escapism. And conversations? Oh man, we thrive on them. Even when they're totally useless. Hey, did you see that viral cat video? We share ideas obsessively, team up in massive collaborations, like building cities or companies, and it all feels rewarding? From a parasite's eye view, or any animals, we're like a superorganism, one big entity spreading across the planet, replicating through kids, ideas, and tech.
You move to an area and you multiply. And multiply until every natural resource is consumed.
Studies show this hypersocial drive isn't accidental. For example, if someone doesn't have kids by a certain age, research indicates they ramp up risky behaviors, going to clubs more, taking chances, almost like the body switches to spread mode to boost chances of reproduction. It's as if we're programmed to keep expanding no matter what. Whoa, moment number 1. What if this weirdness is not a bug in evolution, but a feature installed by actual bugs, parasites?
There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus.
This brings us to the parasite manipulation hypothesis, a scientific idea that's been gaining traction since the 1980s. The core concept is simple. Parasites aren't just hitchhikers. They evolve to tweak their host behaviors to help themselves survive and spread. It's like a tiny invader whispering, "Hey, do this weird thing so I can jump to the next victim." Classic examples in animals blow your mind. Take the hairworm parasite. It infects crickets and makes them suicidal, driving them to jump into water where the worm can escape and reproduce. Or zombie ants. A fungus called Ophiocordyceps takes over an ant's brain, forcing it to climb a leaf, bite down, and stay put until spores burst out to infect more ants. In mammals, it's subtler, but just as creepy. Rabies virus makes dogs aggressive and bitey, spreading through saliva.
I realized that you're not actually mammals.
Now, humans. We're not immune. The hypothesis suggests parasites could influence us too, maybe explaining our quirks. Enter Toxoplasma gondii, the star player. This protozoan infects up to a third of the world's population, often from cat litter, undercooked meat, or contaminated water. In rodents, it rewires fear circuits. Infected rats lose their aversion to cat smells, becoming bolder and easier prey, which helps the parasite complete its life cycle in cats. But in humans, recent studies from 2020 and 2026 are uncovering wild links. A 2025 Nature Communications paper shows Toxoplasma produces dopamine-like chemicals, altering host behavior in sneaky ways. Another 2024 study ties it to spooky changes, like increased risk-taking, rage issues, and even entrepreneurial tendencies. People starting businesses more often. The 2022 Frontiers review connects latent infections to cognitive tweaks and psychiatric risks like schizophrenia or bipolar, where behaviors shift dramatically. Even a 2020 Science Daily piece suggests this could inspire new mental health treatments by understanding parasite-driven brain changes. Imagine if, back in our monkey days, this parasite accidentally boosted our brains, making us more social, risky, and innovative. Cities? Perfect infection hubs for spreading parasites. And people? Boredom leading to inventions? A side effect of altered dopamine, pushing us to explore and replicate. It's like parasites upgraded us to dominate Earth, but we're still their vehicles. Parasites hack our bodies. But what about our minds? That's where memetics comes in, a theory coined by Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. Memes aren't just internet jokes. They're any idea, behavior, or style that spreads by imitation, like a cultural virus jumping from brain to brain. Think of them as Replicator 2.0. Genes replicate biologically, but memes do it culturally. Examples? Religions, fashions, catchphrases. They all infect us, evolve, and compete. A 2022 paper on memetics and conspiracy theories shows how meme clusters, memeplexes, shape worldviews, making us prone to certain ideas. In human behavior, memetics explains why we emulate superiors like Elon Musk or political leaders. Their success memes spread, pushing us to replicate and level up.
I can taste your stink. And every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it. It's repulsive, isn't it?
Pointless conversations? They're meme-sharing sessions, strengthening bonds like grooming and apes. Binge-watching? Absorbing story memes that might inspire real actions. In deeper application, memetics treat social selves as webs of strategies, behaviors copied to survive culturally. If no superior host exists, we hack ourselves with tech memes like AI or space travel. Whoa. Parasites started the biological takeover. Memes amplified it, turning us into idea-spreading machines. We've covered a lot. The glitch that made us weird, parasites as manipulators, and memes as mind viruses. But what if this is all inside a bigger setup? Like a simulated lab where we're the experiment. In part 2 of the video, we'll dive into the simulation hypothesis, dark matter clues, and why your brain isn't really yours. Drop in the comments. Does the parasite idea freak you out or fascinate you? Before diving into the part 2, let's wrap up the part 1. We explored how parasites like Toxoplasma gondii might hack brains to make us riskier, more social, and innovative, turning monkey ancestors into Earth's dominant weirdos. We also covered memetics, ideas spreading like viruses, explaining our obsession with trends, fame chasing, and pointless chit-chat. If that blew your mind, buckle up. We're about to go bigger. What if all this, parasites, memes, or quirks, is happening inside a simulated experiment? A perfected lab where everything's tuned for observation, and our lack of brain control is the rule, not the bug. We'll look at real science on simulations, dark matter as code, and why our thoughts, cravings, and sanity feel hijacked. Let's uncover the ultimate woe layers. Imagine advanced future humans, or aliens, running massive computer simulations of their ancestors to study history, evolution, or just for fun. Philosopher Nick Bostrom's famous 2003 paper argues, if civilizations get super advanced and run tons of these ancestor simulations, then statistically, we're way more likely to be in one than in the original base reality. Bostrom updated his thinking in recent years, noting in 2026 writings how fast AI and computing are accelerating. Superintelligence might be close, making sims even more feasible. 2025 article ties it to AI twists on ancient mystic ideas, greater intelligence beyond our world creating realities. Whoa moment, we're probably not the real ones. We're data points in someone else's experiment. Clues in physics? The universe is insanely fine-tuned. Change gravity by a tiny fraction. No stars, no planets, no us. The anthropic principle says, we observe a life-friendly universe because only in those do observers exist. In a sim, creators dial in constants for interesting results, like us emerging self-aware. Then there's dark matter and dark energy. They make up approximately 95% of the universe. Invisible stuff holding galaxies together and pushing expansion faster. We can't detect them directly, they are inferred from effects. Recent 2025-2026 studies from the Dark Energy Survey hint dark energy might evolve over time, not stay constant. One wild idea is a fifth dimension leak or code efficiency hack, placeholders to render a vast universe without full detail, hiding sim edges so we can't escape or hack out. A 2026 paper even challenges cold dark matter assumptions, suggesting it started hot and cooled, almost like programmed phases. If this is an experiment, dark components keep the lab stable while baffling us inside. Parasites and memes? Not glitches, they're deliberate variables. Toxoplasma tweaks dopamine for risk and social drive. Memes amplify cultural spread. Everything tuned to generate dynamic data. Innovation from boredom, replication through cities, kids, conflict for variety.
Which is, of course, what this is all about. Evolution, Morpheus. Evolution.
We're not mistakes, we're the success story being watched. What makes us aware enough to be studied? Giulio Tononi's Integrated Information Theory, IIT, from the 2000s, updated in 2025 papers, says consciousness isn't just brain activity, it's how much info a system integrates. High PHI, integrated info, equals real experience. A 2025 ARXIV overview calls it consciousness first. Awareness is fundamental, measurable in any complex system. In a sim, consciousness could be the key metric. Parasite hacks boost integration, sparking self-awareness from animal instincts. We're upgraded test subjects, cycling behaviors under observation. Whoa, if IIT holds, even AI could become conscious, blurring who is simulating whom. Creepiest layer, we don't control our brains. Stare at a wall, thoughts bombard you unasked. That's the default mode network firing during downtime, generating ideas spontaneously. Try predicting your next thought. It pops up before you can stop it, like negotiating with an inner voice. Benjamin Libet's 1980s experiments showed brain readiness potential starts at around 300 to 500 milliseconds before conscious decision to move. Modern meta-analysis 2020s debate it, but many say it challenges free will. Actions begin subconsciously, consciousness just narrates. A 2023 study questions the paradigm for complex decisions, but the illusion persists. We're reactors, not initiators. Cravings, junk food, nicotine, drugs hijack dopamine like parasites. New 2025 studies link chronic toxoplasma to substance abuse. Parasite-produced dopamine alters behavior, making hosts impulsive or addictive. One 2025 review ties it to higher addiction risks via dopamine tweaks. In the sim, cravings force action, preventing stagnation. Isolation, humans crack without connection. 2025 studies show social isolation accelerates cognitive decline, shrinks memory areas, spikes stress hormones regardless of feeling lonely. Reducing it protects brains in later life. We're programmed to swarm. Parasites spread easier in groups. Memes thrive on interaction. Alone too long, the system glitches. Depression, anxiety, fog. As if designed to punish disconnection. Whoa, free will feels real, but science hints we're vessels for deeper drives, parasitic, mimetic, or coded. Wrapping up, parasites might have sparked our upgrade. Memes spread the cultural virus, physics hides the sim framework, and our brains run on autopilot rules. All in a perfected experiment studying self-aware weirdos. It's not depressing, it's empowering. We co-opt these forces, building art, tech, societies from the same drives. Does this make reality feel more illusory or more meaningful? Drop your biggest woe in the comments.
I'm going to be honest with you. I hate this place, this zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it.
Huge thanks for joining me on this journey. Let me know what wild theory to tackle next. See you in the next Mindbender. Peace.